Hi there, this is Veronica. Today I'll be making a wallet that looks like a satchel bag. First, print out the pattern and make them into templates. From the last video, I really like how this wallet turned out, so I'm going to make a more complicated version of it that suits all my needs. The leather I'm using is vegetable tan leather, and cut all the leather pieces according to the templates. We have two of the larger size leather pieces, one for the main body of the wallet and the other for the cover. On top of the leather for the main body, I use some stems on the half part of the leather, and this is the front that will be showing. I use some decorative corner stems and also this one of random words. This is to have the similar look as the wallet I mentioned earlier. Then I'm going to put on a layer of leather finisher, and this is going to seal the leather. Next, we're going to make the card slots. We'll be using two smaller leather pieces. And first, I cut the window out of one of them. And this is going to be the ID slot. Finish the edge of this window. Then use the templates to mark the holes for the cards. Then punch all the holes out. Here I kind of goofed it. I thought it would look less obvious later on, but it never did. And at the center of each hole, make a little cut, and this will ensure the cut slots will be at the center of the circles. And make the cuts around the notches. Then I beveled and finished the edge of each cut slot. On the back of the leather, I'm going to use these pre-made car slots pockets. So it's a piece of polyester fabric that's folded in half with one part slightly longer than the other. First, glue down the shorter part of the fabric at the bottom of the car slot, and the longer part will overlap on top of the shorter part and cover the car slot. I use a piece of fabric tape to enforce the opening of the car slots. And before gluing down the longer part, make sure to cut the opening on the tape. Repeat the process for all of the car slots. To finish it up, I use this leather tape on the back, and this is a leather repairing patch, and to be honest, I don't really like it. Tape it down and trim all the excess. And for the other piece of leather that has a window, I use a transparent film. And attach it to the back of the window with some double-sided tape. And on top of that, I use a piece of fabric to cover it up. Then the rest will be the same as we did for the other one. Then I cut 2 pieces of fabric, and this is non-woven fabric. It'll be slightly shorter than the templates for the card slots. They will go on the back of the main body of the wallet. And to connect them, I use a piece of pigskin, and this connecting part of the leather is going to be the part that allows the wallet to fold. And attach the 2 non-woven fabric to the leather, and only stitch up the right side. Then we will attach the right side of the card slot leather to the left piece of non-woven fabric. Then we will attach the non-woven fabric to the back of the main body. And that will be the front of the wallet, which is the part that we stamped. And before attaching them all together, I'm going to add a piece of zipper. I attach the zipper in between the leather and the liner. And so is the part for the card slots. Sew them all up, then the first part of the wallet is complete. On the right side of the wallet, and we're going to attach the other leather piece of the card slots. And I stitch up this end of the wallet first, and also stitch up the right side of the card slot leather. And I accidentally left a piece of cloth that's full of linseed oil on top of this piece of leather, and that it was stained. So I decided to dye over it and try to cover that up. I first tried turquoise, then I had to go deeper in color to cover it up. The card slot leather is going to go on the right of the wallet, and we will left the right side as the opening. Moving on, we're going to make the cover, and as I'm going to dye it, I cover the back of the leather with painter's tape. This will prevent the dye leaking through the back and also minimize the stretch of the leather. I use this white base on top of the leather. This will enhance the dye color. And I use royal blue to dye the leather. I have already diluted it with alcohol at a 1:1 ratio. After the first coat of the dye, I use some navy blue to create some dimension in color, so it's not completely uniform. Then after the dye dries a little bit, I put a generous amount of neatfoot oil on, and this is going to nourish the leather back with the oil because the dye would dry out the leather. And this is that piece of cloth I accidentally left on the car slots. Let it to dry overnight, and the next day I peel the tape off the back. Then we will going to seal the leather with a coat of leather finisher. I dye a larger pieces of leather so that I can cut a strip down to make the closure straps. On the back of the cover, I'm going to use cowhide liner. Use the template to draw the guideline for both pieces. And here we're going to glue the part that it's going to attach to the main body first. Then we will glue the flap of the liner on. Glue it as the cover is folded and only glue the flap, which means we're going to leave room for the curve. And this is what it should look like. Now the liner will fit perfect on the cover as it folds, but as you open, there's room for the outer piece of the leather to stretch. Trim off the excess and cut the round corner. Then here I forgot to install the male part of the snap bottom again, so I just deattach the liner, install the snap buttons, then glue the liner back on. And I sewed it all up and also finished all the edges. Next, we're going to make the closure strips for the snaps with the same leather for the cover and also the same liner. We will glue it at the other end of the cover. And it's going to wrap around the wallet like this. And because the thickness of the leather, I would suggest you to decide the length of the strip after the main body is finished. Cut both straps of the same length and also finish the edges. I sky off the back on the tip of the leather straps to make it flatter to attach to the cover. Glue the straps on, then we can attach the main body to the cover. So the sewing line is going to go through the card slot leather to the main body leather, then to the cover. On the 3 sides of the cover and the 3 sides of the card slots. Sew them all up, then we're going to install the other half of the snap button. Doing this after sewing everything together is going to ensure that the closure won't be too tight or too loose. I use silver gel pen on the part that we already installed to mark the position on the closure strap. Then install the snaps on the closure strap. For the zipper, I use a leftover piece from the cover to make the pull. Then I finished all the edges of the wallet, and now the satchel wallet is all complete. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.